The GTA 6 extended reveal just kind of happened, and I think this whole thing just revealed how pathetic everyone in the situation is. Now, I think this trailer was good. I liked the trailer. I think the leaks didn't do the game justice. The first group of people you're going to notice that are very pathetic are the people that were supporting CyberLeek, which is why he is currently MIA, and I think he's taken everything down from what I've heard, and I'm also pretty sure he finally pulled all his money out of his crypto, like I think many people knew he was going to do. And I think we all know why he decided to pull it the day before the trailer dropped, and that's because he knew that the leaks that he was releasing weren't even close to being from a done build. I mean, they looked so different and so poor, so maybe it was a PC version that was super old. I honestly can't tell. So I think overall this extended trailer was pretty good. I liked it quite a bit. I don't think it was perfect. I think I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10. There were just some things I noticed I was like, I'm not sure how they are right now. I think the trailer just didn't do a great job of showing them off. It could be that once later the game actually releases, that it could be a lot better than what it was shown in the trailer. I just think that, like, for example, like when Lucia and Jason were shooting, they just kind of felt stiff. They were just standing straight up shooting. I know it's a trailer, and you're not going to get like a person who's actually playing the game, and they're not going to have like the guy who's, you know, showing off the gunplay possibly die. But I think they just did a poor job of showing off the movement of Jason and Lucia around their environment. They just didn't really show them like climbing over stuff or doing a lot of stuff. They just kind of showed them interacting with the world through cutscenes and driving. So I think that was just kind of one nitpick, whatever. And I think one big nitpick that you're going to see a lot of people talk about right now is going to be the FPS. I think the FPS right now is probably around 30, which I don't think is great. I don't like that 30 FPS is something we have to play on in 2026, especially on a PS5 when it should be easier to optimize. And this isn't in defense of Rockstar or GTA at all, but I think there have just been so many games lately where hitting a stable 60 on console has just been a pipe dream. It's just not going to happen anymore. I think so many games have been just demanding of a console that hitting 60 just isn't going to be a thing anymore. And if you look at Dragon's Dogma 2, Ark Survival Ascended, Ark Survival Evolved even, and Monster Hunter Wilds, I mean, these games could barely hit 60 on console, even when they're in 720p like they have the option to put them in. It's just not going to happen anymore. And so while I really hate that a 30 FPS game is what we're getting on console, especially in 2026, I think when you have a game as detailed and graphically demanding as GTA 6, I think that's just the best we can hope for. And I don't even know if it's going to be a solid 30. It could be less than that. But I think overall, I think besides maybe those two things, and maybe like, you know, if I had to nitpick one or two things, like maybe the UI wasn't that great. But other than that, I think it was very good. But now you have all the people who supported CyberLeek and all the leaks and then bought into his crypto coin looking stupid. I mean, they look stupid. I mean, all of them look stupid. I mean, imagine buying into his crypto coin because of the leaks and then supporting him so much just for him to rug pull you at the very last second, and then to have the release the next day of the extended trailer to show that the leaks that he was releasing were from like a build maybe a year or two ago. I don't think we have an exact date on the age of the leak, the video footage he had of the build he had, but it was clearly something old. And the people right now that were supporting CyberLeek have not backed down from that decision, regardless of what this trailer has shown and how different the leaks looked compared to this trailer. They are not backing down. They will continue to post those leaks. I looked all over Twitter, and they're still posting leaks from like a week ago or so about how bad the game looks, regardless of what this trailer just showed off. I think if you want to criticize the FPS like I just did, that's perfectly fine. But to take a leak that was clearly older compared to the trailer we got now, and then say the game still doesn't look graphically good, I think is just the most cope thing that I have ever seen. They are refusing to just like acknowledge that maybe CyberLeek was just a scammer. So many were like, well, he dumped so much of his tokens. Well, who cares? He wouldn't have a token in the first place if it wasn't about the tokens of the money to begin with. So to have these people be blatantly robbed to their face, like they were robbed straight up, and they would still defend the guy that was robbing them to their face. However, the bigger problem here, the people that were supporting CyberLeek and that are still defending CyberLeek aren't the only pathetic people when it comes to this leak going on right now. The other pathetic people are the people who actually are supporting Rockstar when it comes to this. Not the people who just like the game, but the people who are defending Rockstar and Take-Two as a company right now are also looking super pathetic. And that's because right now at this very moment, there are a lot of people that have genuine concerns about the game, whether that be because of business practices, pricing, or maybe the fact that the game is coming out on PlayStation first a whole year beforehand because of the 30 FPS. Again, this could have just been a Netflix thing because I'm not sure how Netflix decides to upload its video and how that whole like compression system works or whatever. So I think it's definitely going to look better on your own screen. And I think that's something that you can completely be upset about, with the fact that PC players have to wait so long. And if you don't have a PC, you're going to have to buy a PlayStation 5 or just get spoiled through the whole game. And so I think that's something you can be genuinely upset about. However, the people that are willing to swallow load after load from Rockstar and Take-Two are just taking these concerns and throwing them out the goddamn window. You could have concerns about pricing, business practices, and all that, and the people that are actually going to be defending Rockstar can just say, you're broke, buy a PlayStation 5. You're broke? That sounds like you're broke to me. Oh, you don't like it? Especially when right now that the fact that you don't own what you buy has become such a big thing that when people complain about discs and then just get told, just go yourself by the people that you who are supposed to be your ally in this. Like, I'm not fighting for, discs because I personally want a disc. I'm fighting for it because it's better for other people out there than just myself. It's a good thing for everybody. But to try to like fight for better business practices from this company, to then have the people who you're also trying to help shit talk you and just call you broke and to just buy a PS5, that is fucking ridiculous. Like, to buy a PlayStation 5 isn't just like, oh, it's an $80 purchase, which is already a lot, right? I think asking $80 is kind of a lot, but I think most people would pay for it for GTA 6. But then they also have the $100 edition. So if you wanted to buy that, that's $100. And then you have a PlayStation 5 right now. I don't know what the cost of a PS5 is right now. I'll check at this very moment. So currently for the PlayStation 5 Pro, it is $900, which if you wanted the best experience out of GTA 6, you'd have to buy a Pro. Because we've already talked about the fact that this is running around 30 FPS, and I think it will have variable refresh rate. So you can probably go up and down, probably up to 60 if you're getting lucky in like some slow spots or indoors, and then probably down to 30, maybe even less when you're driving around and explosions and gunfire are happening. And then the cheapest version is still $500, and that's just for the digital edition, which is great because they're not releasing a disc with this game. So I think currently that the people who are able to just play the game outright because they have a PC and a PS5 are being super pathetic knee pad wearers when it comes to this whole conversation. I think you can still be excited for a game and want to play a game while chastising the company that made it. I think Rockstar, they have shown time and time again that they're not exactly for the consumer. And then for people to be expressing these opinions about these bad business practices to then be shot down by the guys who are willing to take a fat load from Rockstar into their face, I think it's completely ridiculous. You can like GTA without willing to go that far for Rockstar, and I don't think anyone should. I don't think anyone should go that far for Rockstar when they don't even give a flying rat's ass about who you are. And there's no real better place to look if you wanted to prove me right, would just be going to Twitter right now. Just search GTA 6 and you're going to see like all sides of this aisle and who I'm talking about. You're going to see the people that are hating on the game regardless and still posting those old leaks. The old leaks where everything's all grayed out and gross and for some reason looks like it was shot through a DVR or whatever. To then the people who are telling the people who have genuine concerns to shut up, sit down, or that you're broke. I mean, it's one thing whenever you attack the game for no reason whatsoever because you just hate Rockstar, which I think, again, is just pathetic. If you're going to hate something for a real reason. Find some real actual standing points. But I think for some reason, it just feels more pathetic when you have people expressing a concern, like a genuine concern, not the fake stuff, not the posting leak stuff, but the people who are genuinely concerned about the future of this game, to then just be shit on by people who are supposedly supposed to be, the people you're fighting for, the people that are allies, the people that are supposed to be benefiting as well from the things you're trying to push. And then for them to like turn around and just be so pussy whipped by a company that they're willing to do whatever they say just so that they can't be proven wrong about the company that they've given their life to. And I think that's just what these two arguments are. You have the CyberLeek people who don't want to admit they're wrong, that the leaker that they were rallying behind as the great arbiter of truth turned out to be a scammer. And you don't have people who have the suckle at the teat of Rockstar and Take-Two, that this company would rather watch you burn in a house fire than pull you out just to save your life. They'd make you pay for the water they douse you in. And I think that's just sad. Both of them are technically rallying behind scammers, and it's just a pathetic argument all around. And let's not forget right now that Rockstar and Take-Two are trendsetters. A lot of the gaming community and the gaming industry behind them will follow them. They have that much weight. And so if you're willing to bite the bullet, be like, these business practices are okay for me for this because I want to get this game that bad. Well, be prepared, because in the future, I can guarantee you many other companies will follow suit with these business practices that we have been fighting against for years now. And while I don't think you need to be like, I'm not going to buy this game because I'm going to protest, I don't think our individual protests of not purchasing the game will ever do anything. But I think we all still need to be vocal on these public platforms and forums about just not liking the way that these are being treated. Maybe you don't have to like not forego buying the game, because to be honest, I'm still going to buy the game. But I can bet your sweet bippy that I will not buy shark cards, DLCs, or anything like that. If I spend $80 to $100 on a game, I do not want to spend another goddamn penny on it. And I don't think you should either. And I think if you see somebody who is fighting for consumer rights as a whole, like saying they want discs or they don't like the pricing or whatever, and if you really do like the game, don't shit talk them, because they're fighting for you, man. They're fighting for your rights as a consumer. So instead of fighting against them, maybe steer them in a better direction instead of just hating on the game in general. If they just say, I hate the game because of pricing, blah, 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 be like, okay, how about we guide that somewhere more productive than just saying hate, 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 hate.
Oh, man. Hate, 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 hate. Man, you corny.
Saying, hey, why don't we just make a, I don't think petitions actually do shit, because I don't think they give a fuck. But I think we can at least push it somewhere better than just making hate threads online and calling people stupid for buying the game. We can definitely push this in a better way than just talking about how we hate each other, whenever we can start actually addressing the real issue, which is Rockstar and Take-Two. And how'd you guys feel about the trailer? You like it? You love it? I liked it. I'm still excited regardless of how they're treating the game business practice-wise. But let me know.